Hi everyone. In this video, I'll discuss and I'll explain what are the takeaways and lessons from the chapter 2 of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So the first point is it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you save or you keep. So let us assume there are two people. So one person is getting 1 lakh rupee per month as a salary, and with that 1 lakh he's spending 90,000 rupees, and he's just saving only 10,000 rupees. And let's go for another person. He's getting 50,000 rupees still, and he's spending 30,000 rupees and he's saving some 20,000 rupees. In this case, the person who is getting 50,000 rupees as a salary is far better than this person who is getting 1 lakh rupees. So the point is, it's not about the how much money you make, it's about how much money you save or you keep. So the next point is like money without financial intelligence is money soon gone. So it's like if you don't have enough intelligence, enough financial knowledge, how to manage the money, how to control the money, then in that case, even though you can make some good amount and still you can't maintain the money. So there are so many examples. Like one of the best example is in one of the KBC show, Kaun Banega Crorepati. One person won some 5 crores, and even though he won 5 crores, the next year he became broke. Like he doesn't have enough money. So the point is sometimes we'll receive some bulk amount at some lotteries or some games, or you done something, so with that you can make some huge impact. So even it's not about the your skill set or something. So it's about you have to be you have to know about this financial management, and if you don't have this financial intelligence, so you can't become rich. So like so yeah, the next point is also same. Like if you want to be rich, then you have to be financially literate. So how to become financially literate means like you have to know about what are the things associated with money. So like what are the assets and what are liabilities. So it's in the upcoming in this video only I'll explain what is the asset and what is liabilities. And the next point is in our society we have three classes. Like one is rich and one is poor, one is middle class. So majorly the rich people will acquire assets, and so I'll explain asset and liabilities in a layman term. So asset is something which will generate revenue for you. Like from that we make some money and it will come to your pocket. Some liability is something it is go out of your pocket. Okay, so something is taking your money, then it is nothing but a liability. Something is coming to you, so it is nothing but an asset. The major difference is you can say like job is also asset. No, it's about even though if you work or without work, we don't work anything. Still, if you can able to generate revenue, then that is nothing but an asset. And the poor and middle class people will acquire liabilities. They think like they're getting assets, but the point is like they are buying liabilities, and so that is a major difference between rich and other classes. So these are the pictorial cash flow representation of this asset and liability. So asset is something, so you can get money out of that. Okay. So it will generate some revenue for you or money for you. So job is not an asset because you put some time and energy there. Like you spend some 9.5 hours a day for a job or company so that they'll give money to you. So asset is something you don't spend any money, any time. So you don't spend much time there, you don't spend time there. So still you can get revenue out of it. That is nothing but an asset. Liability is something, so if you bought a BMW, so then what happens is like the moment you bought, the next second the value of the car is depreciated. So it falls under expenses. So a liability is something which take money out of your pocket. So simply you can remember like that. So asset is something which money is coming to you, that is nothing but asset. Liability is something money is taking away from you. So this is the cash flow pattern of a poor person. So he obviously the person will do job and he'll get some salary. So whatever salary he was getting, he has to spend to bear his expenses. Like he spend his money for rent and food and for transportation, clothes and taxes. So here he doesn't have enough money to create any asset. So he can't buy the things, and at the same time he can't build some assets or something. So whatever money he's getting, so he just need that money for survival. That's it. So this is the cash flow pattern of a middle class. But here the point is he can with this money he was getting, he can bear all his expenses, and at the same time he has some extra amount also. So instead of even though he has the extra amount, instead of building the assets, he go for liabilities. Liability is something like he wants to buy a car, even though he has some extra amount. He wants to buy a car. Let us assume this middle class person is getting some 50,000. So in order to meet his expenses like food, shelter, and transportation and clothes, he needs some 30,000. So he is saving some 20,000 rupees. So instead of building assets, he go for a car, and his EMI is like 20,000. So unless and until to complete his all EMIs, he has to work. He doesn't have any savings. So whatever amount he is getting, so he has to bear the expenses, and after that. He has to give for the car EMIs. So this car EMIs is not only the case, there are some other things also like mortgage, like in order to build some house or something, he'll take some loan or something in order to meet those things. He whatever amount he got, so that will go to in this way, and at the end he won't make any assets. So here the difference comes. So let us assume this is a rich person also. Let us assume his mindset is also same. Like he's also getting some 50,000 rupees only. The rich people, what he does is he also wants to buy a car, so his expenses also same like 30,000 rupees for food, shelter, and clothes and whatever. So whatever amount he's making, like 20,000 he have, he invests that amount in assets, like he'll buy some stocks, or he buys some intellectual property or whatever. In practical scenario, he buys some stocks. So with the stocks, what he can do, so that the stocks he can get some capital gain. So let us assume he buys some stock at 100 rupees, maybe the next year, so that stock might go for 150 or 200. So anyway, that amount, that initial amount is with this person only. At the same time, he is making more amount, and after that he can go for a sale, and he sell all these stocks. Then he can buy this car. And the point is, like, even though he has the capital and everything, he won't buy like that. He'll take the EMI only. What he can do, so with that amount he's getting some dividends, or he put that amount in FD is the least option. Still, if you want to play safe, and he'll put his amount in FDs, and FDs every month you'll get some interest. He ensure that that EMI match with that interest. In that way, people will do. So here the point is, like, he'll getting that income, and he'll get the car. At the same time, he'll making some income also. That is the major difference between this rich and middle class. And if you have money, and so your primary agenda has to be build some assets, like you can buy some stocks, and you can buy some bonds, and through that it will give some revenue also. People will confuse like what is asset and what is liability. People will think like buying a car is an asset. No, it's a luxury. Okay, so suppose you have some 10 lakhs rupees, so if you put all the amount to buy some car, so you lose that 10 lakh rupees. So you have to consider that. And also people will go for this there is a lot of confusion debate between building a house and taking a loan for the house and etc. See, if you buy some house, through that you making some rents, or you're getting some rental income, then that is a asset. And so you just bought some big house, and just to showcase to the society you bought something, then that is a liability, because you have to pay that EMIs every month. So what happens if you stop, if your job is gone, then what you will do? Then how you will pay for the next EMIs? So that is the concern. So, and also you have to consider one thing: if you have these loans or something, you can't take risk. Risk is something. So if you want to suddenly tomorrow or next month you want to try something, you can't do because of these commitments, like you have to pay these EMIs. So don't fall in this trap. So don't think like don't impress the society. So just build some asset automatically. You don't need to showcase to the society like I have this iPhone, I have this house, and I have this car, and that is not necessary. So instead of that, whatever amount you have, whatever amount you save, so at least generate some money out of that money. Okay, so you have some 1 lakh rupees, so invest properly, like some on stocks and some in FDs, or some in other formats, so that will generate some revenue to you. And with that revenue you have to buy something, or with that you can buy that car or whatever. Skills and education are helpful to make some money, but those things are not helpful to manage money. So we have to be very much understandable regarding these things. So it's not about like what amount you make, it's about how you manage that amount. So that is the most important thing. And so like the question will come like how to become rich. The answer is very very simple. You have to build as many assets as possible. If you build as many assets, then the more chances are there to become rich. So and keep your liabilities and expenses low. So liabilities, as I discussed earlier, so it's not about buying a car, it's not about buying a house, it's about how well you buy those things. At the end, everyone wants those things, and with your money, how you manage those things and peacefully and without taking any things. Of course, you can take mortgage and everything, but you have to play smartly. I'll give you one example. Suppose you want to buy a house and you want to buy a house at 1 crore. The price of the house is 1 crore and you have that 1 crore amount. So don't put all the money to the house and don't do like that. So instead of that, what you can do, you can put that amount in mutual funds or FDs. If you want to play safe, go for and put that 1 crore in FDs and you'll get some interest on it, some revenue. It will generate some revenue. Then go for this mortgage loan, take the mortgage loan and pay like that. And in that way, you can that amount, whatever capital is there, still with you, and this you got the asset also. So you have to play like that, and this is also not the optimized solution, no optimized approach, and FDs are the least priority, so there are many other options are there. So I hope I'll explain those things in the upcoming videos. And it's a very big topic. I'll explain those things. Maybe I'll create some video on it, how to take these personal loans and housing loans and everything. And it's the point is like in your 20s, if you're in the 20s, so you have to keep your liabilities as much low as you can. So don't fall in this trap like in order to showcase something, buy some fancy two-wheelers or bikes or something. So instead of that, go for this uh, EV, because you'll get subsidy. At the same time, you're reducing the pollution. You're the emission, the CO2 emission, it was released by EVs are much much lesser than this normal fuel vehicles. So you are helping the society also. You are growing the, you're helping the our environment also. Then instead of buying those things, buy these things and buy this EV and encourage help helpful for the society. Like how do you know like when you are wealthy? So wealthy is a word, so it's not about rich, it's about wealth. Rich is something how much money you have. That is the definition of rich. So if you have more amount of money, then you consider as a rich person. So it's about wealth is something, if you lead whatever amount you're making, even though you can bear all the things like with that amount you're leading whatever you want, you're getting whatever you want, then that is nothing but wealthy. So it's like the wealth is the most important thing. So instead of other than rich, wealth is the most important thing. So like when your assets generate enough income to cover your expenses, then you consider yourself as a wealthy person. So like suppose this statement will be differ for individual to individual, because uh, the expenses are different from person to person. So let us assume I spend, my expense is like some 30,000 or 40,000. That is my expenses. So if I make some uh 50,000 of some 30,000 only through these assets, like I build some assets, like bought some stocks, it will give me dividends and like 30,000. Then with the 30,000 I can survive the month. Then that is nothing but you are a wealthy person. Let us assume like what is the measurement, how we have to calculate is like if you stop working today, like you are not going to do anything, so you can survive the months. And how long you're gonna survive, like how many years you're gonna survive. So based on that factor will decide like how wealthy you are. So you can calculate and you can do these things in the comment section also. I can read and I'll encourage you can do those things. And here we came to the conclusion. So financial literacy is the most important thing. And even though it doesn't matter how much you are skillful and your skills and those things, you have to be financially literate. Then only you can sustain your life and you can lead a better life. And in order to become rich, the answer is very very simple. And you have to build as many assets as you can. So based on that, you can reach your rich, or you can become wealthy as soon as possible. and don't be too frugal also. So spend your money when you need or something. So spend your money on yourself. Don't buy the things like iPhone or some high fancy car just to show off. So if it is needed, if it is a necessity, and definitely you can go for it and you can buy the things. And I hope you learned something and you got some insight from this video. In the upcoming videos, I'll try to do more things on the financials, and I'll try to explain about how to take this personal loan, how to manage it, and how to manipulate it, and regarding the part payments, and how to take this home loan, and something related to finance. I'll explain those things in the upcoming videos. And if you like this content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.